report out of the 49ers camp that Trey Lance looks ready to play. You're very connected to the Bay Area teams. It's I like Garoppolo more than most. I kind of put him in that Derek Carr camp where I think he can sling it. I think he's confident, but there are moments when Kyle Shanahan's taken the ball out of his hands in big spots, and that's just a bad sign. You saw that with McVay and Jared Goff before it ended. You can sense when a coach doesn't trust a quarterback. You've seen that with Kirk Cousins multiple times in his career. But I want to throw this at you as a former scout. I could make the argument based on the early Niners schedule. There's value in playing Jimmy Garoppolo and letting him look great and then moving him. Even if you liked Trey Lance, you could get something for him. You can show him off to the league. If you felt that Lance was even and you're Kyle Shanahan, do you still play him or do you gamble with it, go with Garoppolo, show him off, and dangle him on the market?
Yeah, to me, the tie goes to Trey Lance on this one. If that's the way. I'm going to practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see. I know everything that happened, I guess, on Saturday with shorts and T-shirts. They put on pads starting tomorrow. The thing in football, I mean, Trey Lance, I went to OTAs. He's big. He's got a huge arm. I mean, he when you're standing right next to him, it's like, wow, that's what it's supposed to look like. Jimmy's not a great practice player either. Even the year the Niners went to the Super Bowl, like Jimmy struggles in practice. He throws a lot of picks in practice. He's not a great decision maker in practice.
Wow.
So the momentum, right, for the last 4 years, Jimmy could struggle in practice, and around here, it was just a big story. Jimmy throws 2 picks in practice, but C.J. Beathard, Nick Mullins, nothing was going to happen. Now the elephant in the room is 3 first-round draft picks for Trey Lance. What are we waiting for? And you can feel the momentum. If the preseason games, if he's looking good, I think Jimmy could get past. I don't think you can be consumed with the value because, Colin, last year, before Jimmy got hurt, he wasn't that good. So you're just playing him for, quote unquote, to get the value. Like there's a chance that might just not even work. And what if you lose the Lions, Eagles, which the Niners have to start 2-0? That's as easy of a start as you're going to get for a good team. Like if you look around the league, what if Jimmy screws up one of those games and all of a sudden you lose to the Eagles because you were trying to just pump up Jimmy's value in hopes of trade? He makes $20 million, Colin. Like I don't think he's tradable at this point in time, which he clearly, the offseason, you could tell, like they were hoping to get like a 2nd round pick. At that price range, no one was trading for him.
So about the only way you can move him is if a team gets completely desperate, perhaps the Colts. Wentz has surgery. It's week 5. We're 1-4. So it's interesting because I agree with you. I think he is a hard move. But God, teams in this league, John.
Yeah, you get desperate fast. I know.
Fast.
I do think for the Colts, if you had to rank their desperate options right now, I think first off, you're calling Phillip Rivers, see if he'll hang up the whistle for a year and come back. He just knows what you're doing. Maybe he'll come back for, some sort of per game bonus, like $1 million a game or something, a contract to get you to 25 million, but on the cap, it's only like 3 or 4 million, something like that. I think Nick Foles, who makes a lot less than Jimmy, and Frank knows. Now that would be weird, right? Carson and Nick already back together. I think Jimmy is clearly below those 2 guys in terms of options because they just know Frank. They know the offense. Jimmy, does Frank comfortable? Like the terminology, is it the same? Those are things that I'm sure they've been talking about the last couple of days. Could you have 2 injury-prone quarterbacks in Jimmy and Carson on the same roster that combine to make like $55 million? I know that they're desperate, but I think the one thing, and Ballard, I think a defining characteristic for him, which has really been impressive, right? How well he's handled these tough situations that he's, from Josh quitting to Andrew quitting to now this situation. You just watch, like, I do think his personality is made for it to not overreact because everything he's done for the last 3 or 4 years to build this thing has been play it steady. And look at this move. I mean, I wouldn't say trading for Carson Wentz was an overreaction. If anything, he kept pushing back against the Eagles. Like, guys, I'm not trading you 2 first-round picks for this guy. He ended up not even, if Carson never plays for him, it doesn't even turn into a first-round pick. So he got him relatively cheap. Now, the problem is they're very dependent on him because, like, you don't have a quarterback. Sam Ehlinger and Eason, like I mean, honestly, if those 2 guys had to play the whole season, how many games do you think they'd win? 7? Maybe? I mean, their team's still good, but
the team,
their quarterback play would be horrendous.